96 points. Come on, when the weather hits, are they going to score more? I mean, let's be honest with ourselves here. They're not going to fucking score.
96.
They didn't have a touchdown in, like, I think it was 3-4 games. The Bears had them. They had the Bears down on the 6-yard line the other day, and it was 1st and goal, 2nd and goal, 3rd and goal, 4th and goal. They got an interference call in the end zone to get them to the 1. So then it was 1st and goal at the 1, 2nd and goal at the 1, 3rd and goal at the 1. They finally made it in the end zone. How hard is it to fucking score a touchdown? Like, are you kidding? They were losing that game 30-something to whatever. The Bears weren't trying that hard to. Right. I mean, Jesus Christ. I just don't understand. I don't understand. I don't get it.
Yo, if y'all can see Dave's face right now.
It's amazing. I'd rather have a team that gave up 500 points on defense and scored 300 points on offense rather than a team that has 96 fucking points scored and 240 given up.
You know it's going to be crazy, man. Like, all the Bills fans that's listening to this probably feel the exact same way you feel right now, man. And probably sickening. Are going to be listening to this podcast and just shaking their head and just like, damn.
In a league today where it's a passing league, we continue to just try to run the fucking football. We the last 3 years we led the league in rushing. Obviously not this year, but it blows my fucking mind, man. It blows my mind. Get us some receivers. Get us some. Do something. I'm just sick of it, man. I'm sick of seeing it, man. Get it. I don't understand. You got a guy that comes out with third string quarterback. You never heard of him in your fucking life. Throws 3 touchdown passes to tie the Bills' touchdown passes on the fucking year. By the way.
Man.
Mullins, who the fuck are you out there doing that?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Mullins out there against the Raiders fucking throwing 3 touchdowns. He just tied. We got 3 touchdown passes in 9 games. In 9 games, 3 touchdown passes.
Yeah, man. Well, here, let's get off the Bills. I want to end this podcast on a positive note. I want to give a couple of shout outs real quick before we end this. This is our first episode. This is our inaugural episode here. There's only 2 of us today. Hopefully we can get our third co-host in here next recording. But I just want to give a couple of shout outs to people that have had some input on this podcast, that have given some influence on this podcast. First of all, I want to start off with my man, Donald Pinnell, my roommate, one of my best friends in the world. He really came through with the graphic design for the podcast. Took the time to go ahead and do that for me. I really appreciate that, bro. Much respect. I want to give another shout out to a couple of the local products here. Shout out to the Trap Nerd podcast, hosted by Layson Bradley, CJ Williams, and Xavier Lee, and produced and also hosted by Marv Crittenden and Josh Clark. Have you listened to that one yet?
I have not.
Yo, yeah, do yourself a favor, man. Definitely check them boys out, man. That is an entertaining podcast. I've been tuned in since the summertime. They drop every Monday, and definitely entertaining. They definitely have some good topics, definitely some good discussions, and I'll admit, like, listening to them definitely inspired me to go ahead and get this up and running. And I came with you and to you and Nick with this idea. And we was originally going to start this off as a basketball podcast, but then we decided, we might as well go ahead and talk all sports. So I do want to give a big shout out to the Trap Nerd podcast and the Trap Nerd Creations. Make sure y'all go cop y'all some merchandise from them, man. They got some quality stuff there. I'm definitely about to cop me a hoodie and a beanie and a hoodie for my girl. So definitely check them out. Shout out to Marvin Crittenden and Marv Media Production. He assisted me with getting this uploaded. Gave me some recommendations on how to get this going, and definitely shared some great advice. So I definitely want to give him a big shout out to Marv Media Production and Marvin Crittenden. Shout out to the 2 Point Conversation hosted by my man Matt Johnson. Went to school with him as well. They talk NFL football, very good podcast. Definitely check them out. I forgot the radio's website that they do it on, but big shout out to them as well. And then just shout out to you, Dave. I remember I came to you with this idea. And was it August?
Yeah.
And he was talking about it, and we discussed it. And I know it took a little bit longer than what I had planned originally, But I'm glad you stuck by it, man. You coming through right now. This is the first episode recording. And I don't know about you, but I'm having a fucking great time. Like, we've been recording for over almost 2 hours.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it just flowed.
Yeah. I had only like an hour and a half to do this, and I'm just like, shit, it's been 2 hours already. Holy
like, that's what happens, man, when you're just having a good time and you're just listening to it. And, man, like... But yeah, man, we've been grinding, listening to the podcast, just trying to get some ideas together. And I definitely want to try to keep this going for as long as possible. And like I was telling you, man, you know, if this blows up to anything bigger, that's great. But I just having fun talking sports and sharing my thoughts and opinions on a platform was one of the biggest things that I wanted to get going. And everybody that's listening to this, I really greatly appreciate your support. You know, thank you for downloading this. Thank you for streaming this whatever platform you're listening to this on. We greatly appreciate it. Please continue to support us. Like and share our page. That is Sports Your Enthusiasm Sports Podcast on Facebook. SYE for short there for you. I'm going to be creating a Twitter handle for us as well, so that way you can follow us on Twitter, and then maybe some other social media spots, maybe like an Instagram or something like that. But yeah, thank you for rocking with us today. Dave, you got anything else that you want to say? Any shout outs or anything like that?
No, I think you pretty much covered it all, besides the fact that Nick's not here and I can't get on his fucking Red Sox, even though it's probably not a good idea because we lost, but we'll get on it next week.
Yeah, yo, Nick, you got to get on, man. I know life, but we need you on this one. I know life happens, but we definitely need you. Yeah, and then, listen, everybody, stay tuned, man. We got some big episodes coming up. We are talking all sports, as you can see. We're even going to get some hockey in here. Like, I know my man, Nick Scapolato, shout out to my man, Nick, used to work with him at Tuxedo Junction. I plan on bringing him in to, give you a little bit of, somebody to go back and forth with on hockey.
6-5 Sabres win last night.
Shout out to the Sabres, man. So yeah, we're going to be talking sports. We got some big fights coming up in boxing and UFC. So make sure y'all tune in. Yeah, man, this is the SYE Sports Your Enthusiasm podcast, and I've been trying to think of something like to say. You know, like in the radio shows or some shit like that, they got like some little saying they say at the end, like every episode. I couldn't think of nothing. I was thinking like just like fucking like, yo, just drink more water.
Drink more
like,
water.
Maybe we could get a fucking sponsorship from like some water company if they hear this. Like maybe Aquafina come sponsor us, or fucking we drinking Great Value water right now.
Shout out to Great Value.
Maybe shout out to Great Value. Maybe Great Value
water.
Purified drinking water. Make sure you drink more Great Value purified drinking water. See if we can get us a sponsorship off jump. But I'm gonna end it on that note, man. Thanks for rocking with us, and make sure y'all tune in. This is going to be a weekly episodic thing here. I'm not going to be putting a number on the amount of podcasts we're releasing per week, but definitely keep us as your favorites in your podcast, man. And we're going to end it on that note, man. Y'all take it easy. Thanks for listening. We out.